If you're feeling overwhelmed and overstimulated with all the tech and information we're bombarded with 24/7, I hear you. Pause, take a breath. This is your reminder to know that you have all that information inside you. You're not failing, you're overloaded. In this vlog, I'll show you how I turned down the noise to go within and tune in to my own human intuition and find the power within me and use that as my guiding star, something that AI doesn't have, and use that as my guiding star to help guide me and my family. Stay tuned to the end for our card pull, and I've also got a poem for you. See you on the other side. Welcome back to Carrie's Crack here on A Spiritual Life, where I show you that I'm doing the work too. I'm using these mindfulness tools alongside with you so we can walk this path together. If you're new here, I'm Carrie, a mindfulness teacher, a home educating mum of two on a non-religious spiritual path. You're very welcome here. All right, so let's talk about trust in ourselves and not giving our power away. Firstly, I've got to say I'm using this new mic. That's what this furry thing is here. It's not very windy, but I just wanted to try it out, new toy and all that. And I'm out in my front garden. I was going to do a little walk and talk video, but not feeling it today. So here we are. We find ourselves here. So how did this topic come about? Because Carrie's Crack is my vlog. It's not necessarily a teaching video, but I hope that you do get something from it. There will be takeaways at the end. And I've started to do the card pulls, and I've also got a poem that I made. I made a poem based on this and my findings around how I came to this. So how did I come to this topic about trust? So I say I'm doing the work. So my work at the minute is trusting in myself. I have a limiting belief of what I do is not good enough. What I do, what I put out there, all this is my limiting belief that it's not good enough. And it's something I'm working on. And add on the tech, like I said at the beginning about all this tech age we're in, add on the tech and all this information that we have got 24/7, and what does that lead to? It leads to giving our power away. It adds to this, what I do is not good enough, because there's so much information and I must know it all. So I'm reaching out all the time, external validation. I need to know that. Is that good enough? I mean, I don't use ChatGPT for much. I really don't. I like it to be authentic. But I even found myself, putting in what I'm doing, giving them all the prompts and putting in what I'm doing, and it comes back saying, that's an absolutely fantastic idea. And I'm like, and I get a dopamine hit from ChatGPT. What's that about? Like, we need to learn to get that from ourselves. We're actually getting to the point now, I'm sure I'm not the only one, right? Where praise from a robot or some sort of AI gives you a dopamine hit. That's not right, is it? Is it? We should be getting that from within ourselves. There are some things that AI can't do, at least not yet. And I think it's not to, dispute AI and all what it's good for, but let's not give our power away willy-nilly where we shouldn't be, in my opinion. So it's getting a bit windy out here. So yes, this limiting belief of mine, what I do is not good enough. Now, I'm not going to play games, put the blame game on everyone and everything, but obviously when you're doing the work, you start looking back and you look back to your childhood, you look back when it very first happened, because that's your belief, and that's mindfulness helps us to come to terms with all this. And school didn't help. School was a massive factor. And one reason now I'm looking back at all this and, filling in the blanks and noticing all the links and joining up all the dots, it's that I'm actually pleased. I'm not I am home educating my children and they're not going through this, because I've written here, school didn't help, grades and comparisonitis sets in. Grades and comparisonitis. So I remember a time when I loved biology, about 12 years old, and I loved biology. In fact, I fancied the teacher at the time. And I really enjoyed it. And we used to have a test or something every week, as they do, right? There's no other way to test to see how you're taking anything on, is that it has to be a test. So we had this test, and it was like a league table. So you'd get whatever you got on this table would be put on every week. So it would accumulate basically how you were doing over the time. And this piece of paper would go around to see where you were on the table after each test. And I was at the bottom. And I was gutted. And I was always at the bottom, or the bottom 3. And I was gutted. And I think that's been a contributing factor, or one of many. That's just one example. And I've had to go back and think, right, how can I change that belief? How can I look back on that and not believe that one thing from it? Because there's many factors to consider. So for our school, it spelt the word secondary. So SEC was in the top set, OND was in the middle set, and ARY was in the bottom set. And I was in E. I was in the top set, second from the top. And I'm putting all this pressure on myself because I was the bottom of this league table that went round every week. I'm still intelligent. I'm still me. I'm still more than a grade, So it's taken me this massive impact, that this phrase, what I do is not good enough, this impact that's had on me all this life, for me to go back and rewire all that, So that's what I'm in the process of doing at the minute. And I'm working with someone to help me do this, because I've done a lot already. And mindfulness can get you so far, it really, really can. But you do need some help sometimes. You need supervision, whatever it is you're doing. There's always someone that you need, and it's coaching. So it's not like counselling or anything like that. It's coaching where they're working with you. So you're still bringing it to the table. You're not, again, giving your power away. So, and I've done so much work already. I've done work on what I am is good enough. Like, I am good enough. Now, that's a big one for a lot of people. I am good enough. I know now, having done the work, that I am good enough and I deserve everything I desire. And we come back to manifestation and things, right? I deserve all that. I deserve abundance. I truly believe that now, and I never did. So I've done the work on that one. And the other one I did the work on was the money mindset. So that ancestral lineage, all that, all the dumping of the mindset, money mindset phrases that are passed on ancestrally down the line. You've got to work hard for money, and you can't just do that for a job, and whatever those phrases are. I've done the work on that as well. I mean, I'm not 100%. There's a long way to go still, but I'm definitely better than I was. I definitely have a different relationship with money now. So, but this what I do is not good enough, was still a block. It was still a big block for me. Sorry, my papers are getting blown all everywhere. And so this is where the work started, right? So I'll link this video in the description and at the end. If you haven't seen it, it's on one of my other Carrie's Crack playlists about us doing this major thing as a family, selling everything and moving away to where we don't know and traveling. So check out that video for more information on that. But it's a huge thing, right? And one of the things we had to do was sell everything and go through everything. Well, I've got a wealth of paperwork. I love spirituality and self-development. I had self-development books right from 14, I think. And I've done it all my life. It's that thing, what you do is not good enough. I'm always reaching out for more, and that's what I'm going to get across. You know, we don't need to open the books and open the laptop and open ChatGPT all the time to find the answers, because we've done a lot of the work. And that's what this example I'm telling you about will show you, because I had all these papers from all these years, personally and now professionally, doing it for my business. And obviously we're traveling, so we can only have one suitcase and one bag each, and that is it. And so going through all these papers and thinking, but I need it all, it's content, and I've got to have it all because that's good for this, that's good for that, and this whole attachment around this paperwork, right? And I looked and I was like, I can't take all this paperwork with me. I'm not going to digitalize every bit of paper. So I literally took every page and looked at it and said, do I know this? Do I know this information here? And I went, yeah, know that one. Yeah, know that one. Yeah, know that one. Yeah, know that. It literally took me 4 to 5 goes of doing that physical thing of saying to myself, yes, I know that. Yes, I know that. Yes, I know that. To go, hang on. I might actually know something about this stuff. Might have actually been going in. My point is, with this digital age, are we giving ourselves time to consolidate it though? So we need to slow down and stop taking on more information. Stop reaching out, like here's me, like a course creator and digital creator, but don't reach out all the time for everything. Wait until you're ready. You know, the teacher will find you, the student will find the teacher when you're ready. But are you ready? Have you created a gap, created a space to allow you to consolidate that learning? And better yet, have you allowed yourself some time to congratulate that learning? So for me, going back to that example and looking at all this paperwork, I was like, oh my God. I mean, I did that, it took me 5 times consecutively, 5 bits of paper to actually say it out loud. I know that. For me to go, wow, I actually know a lot. And then that battles with this belief of going, what you do is not good enough and you already know a lot, you know? And I had to literally pause, and I think I might have broken down a little bit, you know, because it was a massive realization. And you have to slow down to realize that, to be aware of it, to be mindful of it, and to be able to consolidate that learning. Give yourself that space. Don't jump onto the next thing, the next course, the next this, the next that. Just let it all sink in. And better yet, that's when you're going to use it, right? Because there's no point in learning stuff if you're not going to use it and you're jumping onto the next thing. So when you find yourself reaching for that, and I'm guilty, you know, obviously you're aware of that, I'm guilty of all this, but I will jump onto these free webinars, I will jump onto these free trainings, these 5-day challenges, and I'm like, I just get so overwhelmed. And I don't even need them. And do I even implement them? Probably not, because I haven't got time, because I'm jumping onto the next thing. So do that, and also really a massive advocate to congratulate yourself as well, because that is a real massive thing. Self-praise and congratulating yourself to get to this point, from where you've come from and where you're going to, and just stop in that moment to say, job well done. Because again, reaching for external validation, reaching for external praise, you're not guaranteed it, but you are if you can give it from yourself. But we have to create some time to do that and not jump onto the next thing. So one of the things I'm learning with this person I'm working with is, it's a bit ironic here because I'm about to do some affirmation cards at the end with you, but we can talk about that actually at the end. But is and it worked really well for me. It might not for you. You might love affirmations. But the thing about affirmations is, especially when we start them, we don't necessarily believe them. I am good at what I do. Okay? If you've got really hardwired in your neural network, really hardwired belief that what you do is not good enough, just looking in the mirror, having it stuck on your mirror and saying it every morning, it's not really going to do it. Not if it's a really deep-seated one. So what she suggested was, and I had heard this not long prior to her saying it, so it was more confirmation. That's my journey, having confirmation after I've come across it myself, is to turn that affirmation into a question. Why is what I do good enough? Because when you do that, you make your subconscious look for the answer instead of and proving, giving you the evidence to prove the answer to that, as opposed to finding why you're not. So, is what I do good enough? Find the answers to that. Yes, because I'm experienced. Yes, because I've got qualifications. Yes, because I'm a parent. Yes, because I'm a mindfulness teacher. Yes, because I love what I do. All these things. And when you repeat that question and get different answers every time and add on to all the evidence, then your brain can start making another neural network. And then that one becomes the one that is used the most. Yes, what I do is good enough. So I am working on this. You know, that's what these vlogs are, me doing the work. I'm not at the other side. I'm not at the top of the mountain. But if you're feeling similar things like this to me, then it's about walking up this mountain together and learning it together. So that's really it. So the takeaways are to not look for external validation. Don't look for external validation. It's not out there, it's in here. How old are you? How many years have you been doing the thing? How long have you been on this planet? Got to give ourselves some trust and trust ourselves and bring our power back. Trust in the self. So number one is don't look for external validation. Number two is trust in yourself, the process, the universe, whatever you believe. And like I say, if you know of our story and our big thing, that's what we're doing. You know, I'm trusting in this process that what we're doing is right for our family, and it's huge and it's massive and it's scary and it's all those things. But I'm learning slowly that, I'm getting goosebumps, I'm learning slowly to trust all of it, and what will be will be, and it could be better than I ever can imagine. So I'm being open-minded for that too. I actually did do I mentioned a bit of that in my change video as well. So I think I've got some different notes here now. I think I'll link the change video to this one as well, because that talks about that as well. Number three, remember we're not robots. You know, I don't have a thing about AI, but I do have a thing when it takes our power away. We're not robots. We don't need to be perfect, be all, and know it all. We don't have to be perfect, be all, and know it all. Be proud of our humanism. Be proud of the imperfections. And let's aspire to be human beings. The human beings that we are, and bring our power back to ourselves. So let's aspire to be the human beings that we are and bring our power back to self. I hope that's helped. Before we move on to this poem I made and your card pull for the week, I will ask kindly for your support with this channel. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. If you want to also join my newsletter, the link for that will be down below too. And that all supports me. I love doing this, but I want to help you back too. So let's get that community going. We really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, my poem. So I came out of a session doing this, and this came to mind. Trust in you. If you're not sure of the way, listen to what your heart will say. It's there to guide you back to where you fell off the track. When you can do this day in and day out, it won't matter what hits you while you're out and about. A question, a decision, a drama, or a choice. When you trust in yourself, you inevitably rejoice. You no longer have to compare to anyone or anything. It's time to start living your life by remembering. Who are you? Where did you go? Your heart whispers, I'm here, and let it be so. So that was my bash at poetry. I hope you liked it. So next up then is our card pull. I only did one on the last one. Try not to make these videos too long. Let's have a look. Let's see how many I feel the need for. That's one that's jumped. We'll go for 3. That's a good one. Number 2 card is a good one. So everything we've just said. And that one. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. So actually these first two are good. So 2 of Pentacles, what's that about? What are the 2s are about? 2s are about choice. So when we have choice, what do you do? What do you do when you have a choice about something, decision to make? Do you go external? Do you research it to the nth degree? Do you ask everyone around? Do you phone all your friends? Do you phone your parents? What do I do? What do I do? Go within. Trust. That's how you'll get your answers to the questions you're asking. And the Pentacles are about the material, the physical, the health, wealth, car, house, job, all that jazz. So if you've got questions related to that, use your inner power, your intuition, your heart, your guidance, your gut, however you want to say, because that's what this card's saying. You can't make it up. Inner wisdom, it's Hierophant. It's a masculine energy. It's a to do, but it's leadership, and it is guidance, inner guidance. The moon's there. You can see the moon in the background. It's all about intuition. So that's the masculine, like the high priestess, the opposite, in conjoined with the high priestess. So they're both turning you towards your intuition to make your decisions. And then you've got the 6 of Cups. Because when we do that, we can be more in balance. And you've even got the cat there. Come on, which creature, animal is the most intuitive of all? The cat, right? Psychic, intuitive. The cups are about emotions, and then you've got the 6, which is imbalance. Comes after change, so it comes after the 5. So the 6 is about coming through that other side and feeling lighter and more in balance, feeling better. And then we'll do the affirmation card. So we'll see, maybe we need to turn this into a questionnaire. Let's have a look. Receive. I am clear in my goals. I am clear in my goals. So I guess the question to round that is, what are your goals? So without mindfulness, without tuning into ourselves, we wouldn't be able to know the answer to that anyway, to state it as an affirmation. So what is, or what are your goals in life? What decision do you need to make that will take you towards your goals? Which one feels lighter and which one feels heavy? Going within will give you to that, you will find the answer. And then you'll feel balanced and bountiful with all these good feelings and good people around you. Childlike, you know, these are kids and animals playing. It's a very light-hearted card. Okay, so check out these videos on change and the big move that we're doing, the big thing, if you haven't already seen that one. And hopefully that will add to everything we've said today. I hope it has been useful. Comment down below what it is you're not trusting in yourself. Why can't you trust yourself? It feels scary. It's like holding on to something without your hands. It's like grounding, but not having anything to hold on to. That's how I would describe trusting in yourself. So talk to me in the comments. Let me know what trusting yourself feels like to you, and if you found it easy or hard, and how you've come to trust yourself better. Is it an age thing? Is it an experience thing? What limiting beliefs have you got and are you working with? But yeah, let's talk trust in the comments and let's help each other out. That's what I've got for you. Much love. Bye for now.